We welcome you to Eberly Field for the 71st season of athletics baseball here in Clarinda, Iowa. We thank you for joining. We thank you for your continued patience as we were waiting on the umpires. Now the 7:40 start time should hold true as we do have some umpires in replacement. Big thanks to Mr. Luke Cox, normally our PA announcer. He's going to go down there, suit up, and be behind home plate tonight as the umpire position has now been filled, and we will get ready to rock here as soon as possible. My name is Seth Morey. I thank you once again for joining us this evening. The A's and the Mustangs. It's a rivalry as old as time, or I guess as old as the teams go back. The Athletics coming into this one 14-2 on the season. Meanwhile, the St. Joe Mustangs sitting at 10-8. We'll get straight into the starting lineups first for the visiting St. Joseph Mustangs. Leading off for the Mustangs is the left fielder Frank Gall. Batting second, we have the second baseman, Seth Winkler. Behind him, the center fielder, Braden Luckhart. Behind him in the four-hole spot, it's Boston Bruce. He's catching tonight. Batting behind him is the first baseman, Micah Kobashevsky. He's batting fifth. Behind Kobashevsky in the sixth hole, it's Tyler Gundenfinger. He's playing third base tonight. Batting seventh, it will be the right fielder, Charles Stevens. He'll be in right field tonight. And then the designated hitter following him up in the eight-hole spot, Isaiah Kettler. Behind Kettler is Eden Myers at shortstop. Now we'll look at the home Clarinda A's coming into this one 14-2 on the season. It's been an impressive year for them so far. Batting first, it'll be the shortstop, Sean Bazemore. Bazemore, the MIAA Player of the Year just a couple of years ago. He's been outstanding so far this season. Then the center fielder, Gold Glover for Missouri Southern, Andrew Young. He'll be starting in center field, batting second. Behind Young, it'll be the second baseman. I almost said shortstop. Cole Bumgart will be at second base tonight. He usually switches between shortstop and second base. Tonight it's the three-hole and second base for Bumgart. Behind him, it'll be Parker McNeil, the first baseman, in the four-hole. Then the designated hitter, John Petrie, in the fifth hole. Behind him, the third baseman, Andy Gill. Batting seventh, the catcher, Braden Olson. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Oscar Uhas. And then batting ninth to round out the order for the Athletics is the left fielder, Grant Locken. On the mound, starting for the A's, Nick Paulson. He will be the one starting tonight's game as the Athletics are going to look forward to their 15th win this season and another MIAA victory in their outstanding year that they've had up to this point. Although falling in their second loss last night in a 13-inning affair against the Carroll Merchants. It was a great comeback effort for Carroll in that one as they were able to overcome a large deficit there late to beat the Athletics to hand them the second loss of the season. The A's have only lost twice, and both games being against the Merchants. Meanwhile, whenever we look at the St. Joseph Mustangs, we know the championship pedigree that they can come from, but so far this season, they've been just a little bit lackluster than what people are used to. Just 8-7 in Mink League play to the Athletics 11-2 in the Mink League. So we'll see what the Mustangs can do tonight as they just recently fell to the Athletics here just a couple of nights ago on Tuesday. 3-2 was the final score. Reminder, the Athletics did not score any runs on their own. It was all from wild pitches from the starting pitchers in that one. It was Wyatt Doak that started, and he had a few pitches get away from him, which resulted in 3 runs and an Athletic victory. Outstanding pitches from the Athletics. It was a 3-pitcher night. Clay Hedges followed up by John Lent, and then Brady Lobsher was able to close it out for the A's. The Athletics weren't exactly flashy in that one, but they got the job done, which is what they've been great doing all season. So we'll pause here shortly for the national anthem whenever we come back. First pitch. Back here in Clarinda as we get ready for the start of this one. Leading off the game from the left-handed side of the batter's box, it'll be Frank Gall as he tries to get something started for the Mustangs here in Game 2 of the exciting rivalry. Gall out of Northwest. He batted .354 for the Bearcats last season. 55 RBIs, 27 steals. He led the team in those metrics. Here's the first pitch that he sees. He's going to drive one towards the left center field gap. Under it is Young, and he will make a running grab to start the game for the Athletics. So it's a quick first out for Nick Paulson on the mound in his first home start. So one down, that'll bring up the second baseman, Seth Winkler. Winkler had a nice game Tuesday, just was not able to put it all together there for the Mustangs as their bats kind of fell short. He'll see his first pitch from Paulson. That one's in there on the right side of the plate for strike one. Again, home plate umpire, our PA announcer, Luke Cox, so generously went home, grabbed his gear, and now he's suited up and ready to work. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Paulson. That one's just outside. 1-1 now the count. A little bit of a delay in this one. That's tough on starting pitchers, kind of like rain delays or weather delays of any sort. Kind of takes you out of your rhythm a little bit, so we'll see how the starters respond in this one as that pitch from Paulson will be grounded towards the shortstop, Basmore. He'll gather and throw towards first. A nice pick at first by Parker McNeil for the second out. A little bit of teamwork on that one. Nice play by Basmore. His throw was just a little bit low, but his first baseman picks him up. So now it'll be the three-hole hitter for the Mustangs standing in. It'll be the center fielder tonight, Braden Lukart. One of the best batters in the Mink League. He'll face Paulson. That one just outside for ball one. I have to say unbiasedly that Luke Cox is already doing an amazing job back there, as we thought he would. So now 1-0 is the count. That one's outside. 2-0 now the count. So 2-0 the count to Lukart. Paulson trying to get ahead here, but he's down 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one's high and outside. Now he's falling behind. 3-0. Lukart's given a run and a chance to be the MVP of the Mink League. Obviously, still early in the season, as that one's on the outside corner for strike one. 3-1 now the count. He's batting .478 so far this season. Only batter hitting better than him is Theo Anderson of the Clarinda A's. He's batting .513. 3-1 the count against Lukart. Pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be just high off the plate. And he has walked his first batter, so now it'll be a runner on first for the four-hole hitter, Boston Bruce.
Now batting for St. Joe, Boston Bruce.
So Bruce, he'll stand in from the right side of the plate. He's catching tonight. He had to pinch hit in the first game that the A's and Mustangs squared off this season. He's a starter tonight, though. First pitch from Paulson. That one's outside for ball one. Thank everybody for joining the stream and supporting the Clarinda Athletics tonight as they look forward to possibly their 15th win. Not going to be easy, though, against their rival, the Mustangs. That pitch in there for strike one. 1-1. Count now evened up. Just getting started here in Clarinda, top of the first after a little bit of a lengthy delay, waiting for umpires. They still have yet to show up, and doesn't seem like they're going to. 1-1 pitch from Paulson, low and outside for ball two. We have some so graciously volunteer umpires. They've done it plenty of times before. We're glad to have them volunteer and come in here. I'm sure that they will get a check after the game for their efforts, as that one's inside. Almost got a piece of Bruce, but he was able to keep his arms tucked inside for ball 3. So 3-1 now. There's a quick couple of outs for Paulson on the mound. Now it's slowed down just a little bit. Still 3-1 count here to Boston. Bruce at the plate. Got to try to find something close. Pitch from Paulson. That one's in there. It's going to be chopped towards third. Gill tries to backhand it. He at least stops it from going into the outfield, and it will be an infield single for Boston Bruce. So the first hit of the game comes off the bat of Bruce for the Mustangs here in the first, and that will give way to Micah Kobachevsky. Kobachevsky's the Mo West Griffin. He's been having a solid year for the Mustangs. We'll see what he can do here. Lefty-righty matchup. He's got a couple of runners on and a fresh count to work with. First pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be in there for strike one. Nice pitch. Paulson worked through the first couple of batters in Gall and Winkler pretty quickly, but now stalling here a little bit as he gets later into the Mustangs order. He's got Kobachevsky down 0-1 as that one's going to be chopped towards second base. Gathering and throwing towards first is Cole Baumgart, and that will end the first inning. One hit, no runs for the Mustangs. We'll go to the bottom of one. 0-0 our score. Back here in Clarinda for the bottom half of the first here against the Mustangs. It'll be Bazemore to lead off from the right side of the plate as he will face the lefty on the mound in Lane Chapman. Bazemore, the Mink League Player of the Year just a couple of years ago. He's been one of the leaders on this team, one of the reoccurring players for the Athletics as he will see ball one outside. So 1-0 the count here to Bazemore. Behind him, it's the center fielder, Young, and behind Young in the 3-hole, it's the second baseman, Cole Baumgart, as he's going to slice one the other way. That's a base hit. That's how you start it off. So Sean Bazemore takes that one to the opposite field, and it's going to end up being a double. That one just sliced right towards right field and faded away towards the foul line, and the right fielder, Charles Stevens, could not get on his horse quick enough. So Bazemore ends up at second. It's a leadoff double for the Athletics. They look to get off to a hot start here, as now they'll have Andrew Young to stand in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Young out of Missouri Southern. He's got a couple homers this year. Love to see him put one over that right center field fence. That first pitch is going to be in there for strike one. That was a nice pitch by Chapman on the mound. Lane Chapman, just sounds like a pitcher name. As he stands ready on the rubber. Bazemore at second. 0-1 the count to Young. That pitch swung on and fouled off back towards the left side into the netting. 0-2 quickly here against Young. Behind Young at third base, he's got Tyler Gundelfinger. At shortstop, he's got Eden Myers. Second base, Seth Winkler. And first base, it's Micah Kobashevsky. Behind the plate is Boston Bruce tonight for the Mustangs. Checks on the runner at second. Now he'll come towards the plate. That'll be outside for ball one. Left field, it's Frank Gall. Center field, Braden Lucart. And then in right, it's Charles Stevens. Mustangs, solid outfield defensively. They've got some quick guys in Gall and Lucart. That pitch will be chopped towards the right side, towards the first baseman, Kobashevsky. He'll try to scoop it towards first. He's not going to have a play. So runners on the corners with nobody out to start it for the Athletics.
Hit for Young brings up the second baseman, number 11, Cole Baumgart.
We'll see how they officially score it. I would almost say that it's an error on the first baseman, but you'd love to give Young the hit. As now it'll be Baumgart to stand in to face the lefty on the mound. He'll see his first pitch. That one's going to be in there on the outside corner. Throw down towards second is going to be in time for the out, but Bazemore will score on the throw. A lot happening there. So it'll be 1-0 in favor of the Athletics with one down now as the runner caught stealing at second in Young. That's a great throwdown by Bruce to catch him at second. Regardless, though, the run scores, and it all works out for the A's as that one's going to be fouled off now. 0-2 the count against Baumgart. They will call it a single for Young, so now 2 hits on the boards for the A's. Cooper Eberle knows more than I do. 0-2 the count against Baumgart. He doesn't have anybody on. How quickly things can change. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Chapman. That one's going to be just missing outside for ball one. So 1-2 now for Baumgart. He had runners on the corners with nobody out. Then the runner at first in Young, Stoll, was out at second, but at least let the runner from third and Bazemore scores. That one's going to be outside for ball two. So 2-2 here. An early score for the Athletics as they're out in front. 1-0 already on the Mustangs. Two-two pitch from Chapman. That one's outside, fouled off. Nice job staying alive by Baumgart. Cole, the Clarinda Cardinal back in high school. Now that he's all grown up, he's playing summer league for his Athletics. We'll see what he can do in a 2-2 count. Pitch from Chapman. That one's going to be outside. 3-2. This count was quickly 0-2 on the first 2 pitches to Baumgart, but he's worked it back to full. One down here, nobody on. Athletics up by 1. Full count to Baumgart. Chapman fires. That one's in there. Swing and a miss by Cole Baumgart. The off speed at the bottom of the zone got him to pull the string for out number 2.
First baseman, number 13, Parker McNeil.
So that'll bring in Parker McNeil, the first baseman for the Athletics tonight. He made a nice little dig in the top of the inning. And he will stand in to face the lefty from the left side of the box. A couple of lefties thrown in the first two games of the season between the A's and the Mustangs. The Mustangs threw Doak last Tuesday. So that one's going to be outside. So 1-0 the count to McNeil. That pitch is going to get every bit of his elbow. We hope that mostly hit the guard, but he's going to feel the effects of that. The kids are going to cheer him on, but he's going to feel a little bit sore running towards first. So a free base warranted on the hit by pitch by Lane Chapman on the mound. It'll be a runner on first for John Petrie. So Petrie, an opportunity here from the right side of the plate with a runner on first in McNeil. Both players are first basemen. DHing tonight, though, is Petrie. Not really sure which one you would say got the short end of the stick. I'd rather DH if I could. Petrie's been a solid hitter all season for the Athletics as he'll take ball two. 2-0 now the count. This is not a guy you want to be behind in the count on if you're Lane Chapman, because Petrie will make you pay for a mistake. He's roped a few doubles down the left field line here. And that shows with Gundelfinger playing tight to the line there at third. That one a big swing and a miss. Some heat on the mound from Chapman. Gets the swing and miss from Petrie. 2-1 now the count. Runner on first is McNeil. Athletics have already scored one. The throw down to second from Bruce allowed Bazemore to score from third, although the runner was caught at 2. 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be low. 3-1 now. In danger of giving up another free pass is Chapman. He'll try and find the right spot on the rubber to fire this one out. On deck is Andy Gill. He waits for his opportunity. 2 down, though. 3-1 pitch. That one swung on. It'll be popped straight up, shallow right center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Lukart, and he will make the grab. The Athletics score one after the distraction made by Andrew Young, stealing second. Scored Bazemore from third. It's 1-0 our score as we go to the top half of 2. Back here at Clarinda as we look to start the second inning, leading off for the Mustangs is number 9. He'll stand in from the right side of the plate. That will be the 6-hole batter, Tyler Gundelfinger. He's playing third base tonight for the Mustangs. He'll try and take his cuts against the pitcher on the mound, Nick Paulson. Paulson has a solid first inning. He allowed a couple of base runners there after he got a couple of outs, but didn't allow any runs, which is the main goal of the game. So 0-1 quickly here against Gundelfinger. Defense playing about as straight up as it gets as they await the pitch from Paulson. That one high and just over the head of Gundelfinger. He ducks out of the way for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Tyler. Trying to get something started for his Mustangs. 1-1 pitch. That one swung on. It'll be flared towards right center field. Slipping is Baumgart, but he'll make the grab. There's just a little flare and a very, very shallow right on the fringe of the grass of the infield. And the second baseman, Cole Baumgart, was able to make the grab on a weak little liner. So now it will be Stevens, the right fielder. He'll stand in from the left side to face the righty pitcher in Paulson. Paulson comes set. Kicks and fires. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Stevens, designated hit on Tuesday night. He's in right field this evening. 1-0 pitch. That one's way outside for ball 2. Little overcast here in Clarinda. Hopefully the rain stays away for the duration of this one. Athletics and lots of other teams around the Mink League have had too many games rained out already. 2-0 pitch from Paulson. That one's in there, but then fouled straight back near my car. It clears it, though, for strike 1. Hoping that my beautiful, luxurious vehicle does not get hit. That was sarcasm. It's a 2-1 count for Stevens. Pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be in there. Chopped towards first. McNeil makes the play, and he'll take it himself towards first. Quickly 2 down here in the second inning. So now it'll be the designated hitter, Isaiah Kettler. His first opportunity against the starter, Paulson. This is Nick Paulson's first home start of the season. Was down in the dugout before the game, and he was pretty much meditating in the corner as that one's in there for strike 1. Obviously, something is working. 0-1 the count against Kettler. 0-1 from Paulson. That one's going to be swung on and flied shallow towards left field. Coming in on it and making the grab is Grant Locken. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Athletics as we go to the home half of 2. 1-0 still our score back in Clarinda in just a moment. Back in Clarinda for the home half of the second inning. Leading off, it'll be the third baseman, Andy Gill. So Gill will get his opportunity. He's moved up in the lineup. He's now batting 6th. He kind of started the year batting 9th. Earned his way up to 6th at least. As it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch inside for strike 1. As that one's going to be in there for strike 2. So 0-2 quickly against Gill. He's in a hole. Here's the pitch from Chapman. A big swing and a miss on a breaking ball that ended up in the dirt. So 3 pitches, and it's a strikeout for Andy Gill. So now it'll be Braden Olson. He's catching tonight. He'll stand in from the right side of the plate. Try and see if he can get something started here against Chapman. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Athletics were able to get a little something started back in the first as they scored 1. Chapman at 23 pitches now just in the second inning as that one's fouled off just over the dugout. We hope that didn't hit anybody. It doesn't seem that it did, and it'll be strike 1. That one's in there for strike 2. So 1-2 now the count against Olson. Pitch from Chapman. That one's going to be in there. Strike 3 looking. So a couple of strikeouts. A nice bounce back inning here so far for Lane Chapman after allowing 1 back in the first.
Number 5, Oscar Uhas.
A strikeout of Andy Gill, and Braden Olson gives way to Uhas. He's in right field tonight. It'll be another lefty-lefty matchup with 2 down and nobody on here in the second. That one's going to be in there for strike 1. Now he's found his rhythm, it seems. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is going to be just low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 count evened up. As Gill will try to start a 2-out rally for the Athletics. Or excuse me, Uhas. That pitch is going to be in there for strike 2. 1-2 now the count. Chapman readies, kicks, and fires. That one a swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Bruce will come out, throw down towards first. That completes the strikeout. It's 3 strikeouts, and the side is retired for the pitcher, Lane Chapman. We will go to the 3rd inning. Our score is still 1-0 in favor of the Athletics. Back here in Clarinda as we get ready to start the third inning. Seth Morey with you as we get ready for another inning of baseball here from Eberly Field. 1-0 our score in favor of the A's. Mustangs looking to get something started here, as they'll have Eden Myers, the 9-hole hitter, leading off. He'll see his first pitch from Paulson. That one's in there for strike one. Myers, the 9-hole hitter. He's playing shortstop tonight. You don't often see the shortstop in the 9-hole, but tonight it's one of those nights. He's in an 0-1 count. That pitch is going to be just inside off the plate. 1-1. Athletics 14-2 on the season. St. Joe Mustangs 10-8. It was an absolute pitcher's duel last time these teams met earlier in the week on Monday. As that one's going to be swung on and chopped towards Gill at third. He will wait on it and fire over towards first. And a nice catch made by Parker McNeil for the first out of the third. The A's were able to defeat the Mustangs by a score of 3-2. And another slim lead here for the Athletics as we start this one. It'll be Frank Gall to stand in from the left side of the plate. He's 0 for 1 so far today. He flew out towards left center field. Young was able to run and grab that one, but if that would have got down in the gap, it would have been trouble. That one's going to be strike one on the outside half. Lefty-righty matchup. 0-1 pitch from Paulson. That one swung on and fouled off towards the left side. It'll be near the bullpen and foul. So quickly 0-2 against Gall. Got the chance to speak to him before the game. He's been on just a little bit of a strikeout streak. Kind of talked with him about that. He does not even think that he's struck out 3 times in a game like he did on Monday against the Athletics in his entire college career, which really I wouldn't doubt. As that pitch is going to be a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. The throw down to first to complete the strikeout. And Gall is retired by way of the K once again. Nice pitch there from Paulson, though, getting the chase and the pull of the string from Gall. So now it'll be Seth Winkler, the second baseman. He'll have his second opportunity. He's 0 for 1 tonight already as he grounded out towards short. First pitch from Paulson. That one swung on and fouled off towards the Little League field. That one's going to be in the Little League field. It lands in the infield. Got to have your head on a swivel here in Clarinda. A lot of fields right next to each other. I'm not even sure if those kids over there are ready for the ball that's in their game, let alone from a different one. 0-1 pitch. That one's outside. 1-1 count now even. 2 down here in the third. Athletics hold a 1-0 lead. Again, we thank you for joining the stream tonight. Mustangs fan and A's fans alike supporting the Athletics YouTube. As that one's going to be chopped foul towards the left side for strike 2. This broadcast is powered by KMA Sports. Without them, we would not have the lovely equipment that they have provided. Obviously, any internet issues that we have is not their fault, but they provide the computer, the camera, and all the wires and cords and headsets needed for me to be able to have this opportunity this summer, so we thank them very much. 1-2 pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be low and outside. 2-2, count evened up. Athletics finally had their hot streak snapped last night in Carroll. There's one thing I know about this team is they're ready to rock and roll every single night. You got to erase it, reboot, and play another game, as that one's going to be swung on and popped up towards the foul side. Olson's under it, and he makes the grab. Way to play by the catcher, Braden Olson. He was able to toss the mask and locate the ball in time for the inning's final out. We'll go to the home half of the third. Athletics up by 1. Back in Clarinda as we get ready to start the last half of the third inning. Athletics up 1-0 over the Mustangs. They currently own the season series, up 1-0 in games against the Athletics, as it will be Grant Lock-in, the 9-hole hitter, to lead off the third for the Athletics. He'll see ball one outside from Lane Chapman. Chapman was able to strike out the side back in the second after allowing one to score back in the first. We'll see if he can repeat his effort last inning. That one's going to be a strike there on the outside half. Wind picking up just a little bit here in Clarinda. Hard to see that flag out in center. It's just very lightly blowing in towards home. Beautiful night. Sun not beating down on us with the overcast clouds. Not too chilly, of course, and not too warm, not too humid, which is very surprising for the area. 2-1 the count. Against Lock-in, here's the pitch from Chapman. That one's going to be way outside and rolled to the backstop. I'm sure any Mustangs fans are getting flashbacks to that last Monday against the Athletics. All 3 runs for the A's came off of wild pitches, and that was one there to make it 3-1 now against Lock-in. Of course, no damage done there besides in the count. Nobody on the bases. 3-1 pitch. That one's high and outside. Bruce did a good job to just save that one from going to the backstop. It'll be a leadoff walk for Grant Lock-in. That will give way to the starting half of the lineup. It'll be Sean Bazemore here, as he will bat from the right side of the plate. He's got a runner on first and Grant Lock-in, and nobody down here to start the third. Pitch from from Chapman. That one's high for ball one. Chapman issues his second walk. So that 0-1 pitch is going to be in there for strike one. Very, very nice off-speed pitch. A lot of bend from Chapman. That was his first walk tonight. I was thinking of the hit by pitch earlier. It's now 1-1 the count against Bazemore. That one's low for ball two. 2-1 now the count. Couple hits for each team, but the real difference is in the run category. It's 1-0 in favor of the Athletics. Lock-in gets his lead off first. 2-1 at the plate. That pitch is swung on a big foul ball towards the right side by Sean Bazemore. I'm sure that kid that was in right is very, very confused, in left field, in the field next to us, as to why there was a baseball coming into his territory. He'll throw it back in towards the kids that collect the foul balls here. One of the cooler promotions in all of the Mink League. If you catch a foul ball, you get any concession stand item that you would like here in Clarinda, as that pitch is going to be low. 3-2, count now full. Sometimes I do wish that I wasn't up here in the booth and I was catching foul balls and getting free food. That's okay. I think I can sweet talk the folks in the concession stand after the game. Full count to Bazemore. Here's the pitch from Chapman. That one's going to be in there on the outside half. Strike three looking. Sean Bazemore goes down by way of the K for the first out of the third inning. The Mustangs now open up the possibility for an inning-ending double play. So now it'll be Andrew Young. He'll bat from the left side. Lefty-lefty matchup. He was hit by a pitch the last time he was up, as that one's going to bend in the zone for strike one. That's a nice pitch there at Lane Chapman. He's already up to 5 strikeouts this evening after he struck out the side in the second. Chapman kicks and fires. That one's going to be just low. Ball one. Another correction here on my side. I'm very glad that I have the extremely smart folks that I do to my right, as that pitch is going to be chopped towards first base side. That one's foul. Young had a base hit. He's 1 for 1 in this one. He's now in a 1-2 count here against Chapman. Chapman at the bell. He'll kick and fire the 1-2. That one swung on. It'll be a blooper towards the left center gap. It'll get down. Gall will scoop it up. He fires in towards third. And the slide, he's going to be not in time. And the throw is late. Runners now at the corners once again for the A's.
Single by Young will bring up the second baseman, number 11, Cole Baumgart.
So now it's a 2-for-2 night for Andrew Young, who stands on first. And really an extremely similar situation to what we saw back in the first. Runners on the corners. Young tried to steal second. He was caught at second, but the runner from third was able to score. We'll see if he does it again, as now it'll be Baumgart at the plate, and that one's going to be just outside for ball one. The throw down, not in time by Bruce. So it'll be ball one, and now runners on second and third. Couple of opportunities for two big runs here in scoring position for Baumgart with just one down. Land of opportunity at the plate. Lefty-righty matchup as Cole awaits the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on. It'll be chopped towards the shortstop. He'll fire towards first in time. One run scores, but an out is made on the play by Eden Myers. Score it, 2-0 Athletics. All you needed right there, just put the ball in play, and good things will happen. Exactly what happened right there. And now we'll see if the Athletics can get a clutch base hit here from Parker McNeil to score the runner from third. It's Petrie on deck, although two down. Here in the bottom of three. That one is going to just barely miss for ball one. A's scored one here in the bottom of three. 2-0, they lead it. That pitch is going to be low and inside, ball two. So quickly behind is Chapman on McNeil. Two-0 pitch from Chapman. That one swung on, foul down the right field line. Lefty-lefty matchup that's got to be tough on the batter. Obviously, more leverage for the pitcher. Whenever I played in high school, I batted from the right side, so never really had to deal with that. I almost feel like it's harder for a lefty to bat against a left-handed pitcher than it is for a righty to bat against a right-handed pitcher. That's just me, though. The 2-1 is going to be severely inside, 3-1. So 3-1, McNeil in the driver's seat. Pitch from Chapman, big swing and a miss on the high heater by McNeil. He got the sign from Coach Ryan Eberly there down the third baseline to swing away if he wanted to. He saw the heater, it's just a little bit high for where he could get to it. Count now full. This is going to be a big pitch here for Chapman. Runner on third, two down. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, it'll be fly towards left field. Coming in, sprinting is Gall. He's going to slide, and he's not going to be able to make the grab. It gets away from Gall and left. The run will score from third. And advancing to second is Parker McNeil. What a clutch hit from McNeil. 3-zip here early in favor of the A's.
Bring up the DH, number 31, John Petrie.
We'll see how they score it. I would rather call that a hit than an error on Gall. He gave it his all. I guess I don't really want to rhyme too much, but Gall did give it his all. He sprinted as hard as he could. He's not a slow guy by any means necessary. He's at least a lot faster than I am. Was not able to come up with the catch and left. So now it'll be McNeil at second for Petrie at the plate with two down here in the third. Already a couple runs across for the Athletics. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and fouled off towards the right side. So 0-1 quickly here against Petrie. He's 0 for 1 so far today. It will be scored as a double towards left by McNeil. And the 4th hit of the game for the Athletics. Runner on second in McNeil. That pitch is going to be swung on and flied towards right field. Under it is Charles Stevens. He will make the grab and finally retire the side here in the 3rd. A couple runs come across for the Athletics. We'll go to the top of the 4th. It's 3-0 in favor of the A's. Back here in Clarinda after the conclusion of the mascot race. Lots of fun things happening here in southwestern Iowa. Free admission night, courtesy of Sage Spring. Free admission for anybody that comes to the ballpark. The only thing you got to pay for is food if you want it, but if you catch a foul ball, you get that for free. So now the batter at the plate is Braden Lukart. That's a big swing and a miss from Lukart. He's quickly down. It's going to be 1-1. I had it as 0-2. I'm wrong. Brady Lobsher is right. So 1-1, count evened up against Lukart. Pitch from Paulson. That one a big swing and a miss by Lukart. He's now down 1-2. And we thank you for all the viewers joining us here on the Clarinda A's YouTube channel. Your support means a lot. The Athletics are on a heck of a, I guess the kids would say, they're on a heater this year. 1-2 pitch. That one's just outside. 2-2. Count now evened up. Lukart able to work it all even as he tries to work a little leadoff magic here. And that one will be fouled straight back towards the netting. Mustangs need a little bit of a spark as looks like Kobashevsky had to race Clay Hedges for the foul ball there. He didn't win. Clay's a special guy. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Paulson. That one fouled straight back our way once again. And Hedges will let Kobashevsky have that one. A lot of fun here. You gotta love Summer League baseball. So 2-2 our count remains. This is a lengthy at-bat here from Lukart. Batting well north of 400 so far this season. We'll see what he can do here. Pitch from Paulson. That one's inside, and it got a piece of him. Did it? Looks like it did not get a piece. He just barely got out of the way. I'm so surprised Lukart was able to dodge that one. He's going to try to recenter himself after the heater nearly at the back. 3-2 now the count. A little bit scary there, but able to dodge that one somehow. Now the count filled up. That pitch will be swung on and shallowly lifted into right center. Baumgart will be called off by the shortstop Bazemore, and he will make the grab for the inning's first out. Fourth inning here. This game chugging right along. If you're wondering why it's 8:30 and it's only the fourth inning, that's because there was a large delay. The umpires still have not shown up. I'm just going to guess that they forgot. I don't know. Luckily, we were able to find some replacements here. Mr. Luke Cox behind the plate. He's doing a phenomenal job. Usually our PA announcer, but so graciously volunteered to umpire tonight as Boston Bruce will see strike one there on the outside half. So 0-1 the count. Here to Bruce. One down in the inning. Pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be low and outside. It gets away from Olsen just a little bit. And 1-1, the count will be evened up. Athletics pitching staff trying to keep up their good work, carry it over from Monday. 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for strike two. Heck of a throw there by Paulson on the mound. He's only thrown 44 here in the fourth. 1-2 pitch to Bruce. That one swung on and slapped towards the shortstop Bazemore. He'll grab it, fire towards first. That one's got more zip on it for out number two. Bazemore's been busy over there at shortstop. He's had a couple of ground balls his way. First one he threw in just a little bit low to his first baseman, McNeil. That one he zipped right on over there for out number two. He also made that catch in shallow right center field. Called off Baumgart for the inning's first out. Now it'll be Kobachevsky in on the left side of the plate to face the righty Paulson. Two down here in the fourth. First pitch from Paulson is going to be in there on the high outside corner. Kobachevsky, he's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Trying to see if he can begin a two-out rally here for the Mustangs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be just outside. 1-1. Once again, we want to thank KMA Sports for providing the equipment to this broadcast, allowing me to stream all these games live here on the Clarinda A's YouTube channel. It's been a very enjoyable summer up here in the booth with the Athletics. So 1-1 count all evened up. Paulson will come to the plate to Kobachevsky. That one's going to be in there for strike two. Paulson has not been messing around on the mound as he just caught that ball pretty much behind his back. That was pretty sweet. I don't know how many people will notice that, but that was kind of nice. So 1-2 the count. I definitely couldn't do that. I would just drop it. Pitch from Paulson. That one's going to be in there and sliced towards left field. Under it is the left fielder, Grant Locken. He will make the grab for the final out of the fourth inning. It's 3-0 in favor of the Athletics as they look forward to possibly winning their 15th game of the season. We'll see what they can do in the home half of the fourth whenever we come back. It's the home half of the fourth here in Clarinda. Leading off will be Andy Gill, as he will stand in from the left side of the plate to face the lefty on the mound, Chapman. Athletics up 3-0 in this one. They've had some excellent pitching and all around done well batting, as it'll be 1-0 the count to Gill. That pitch is going to be swung on. That was down near the dirt. It's chopped towards first. Nice play there by the first baseman, Kobashevsky. He flips it to his pitcher, Chapman, for the first out of the inning. Clean-looking play there from the Mustangs for the first out of the bottom of 4. So now Olsen, the catcher, will stand in. He struck out his last time up. There's Chapman here in his fourth inning of work. 56 pitches for him, as that one's fouled off towards the right side for strike one. So 0-1 the count here quickly to Braden Olsen. Olsen had the first home run of the season for the Athletics. He had a grand slam against the Natties, as that one's going to be on the inside half of the plate for strike 2. 0-2 quickly here against Olsen, in danger of striking out for the second time tonight already. That pitch is going to be just low. The off speed did not work in Chapman's favor. 1-2 now the count. So now we will get a different ball here for Lane Chapman. And he throws that one out. He says, the heck with that one. Go give it to a kid. That's okay. Clay Hedges is on the case. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Chapman. That one's outside for ball 2. Ball didn't help him there, as now the count's evened up here against Olsen. Braden, the catcher this evening. He's now the only catcher on the Athletics roster, as that one is going to be in there. Strike 3 looking. It's another strikeout. Count at 6 now on the board for Lane Chapman. Braden Olsen, the only catcher now on the Athletics roster. It was Gavin Harrington and Braden Olsen, but Gavin tore his ACL just a couple of games ago. Unfortunate event for Harrington. He was looking forward to having a big year. We hope he recovers soon and will be ready for next season. So now with 2 down, it'll be Yuha standing in. He'll watch ball 1 inside. 1-0 the count to Yuhas. Lefty-lefty matchup here for Oscar, as that one's on the inside half. Strike 1. So 1-1 count now even. Yuhas, he's 0 for 1 so far tonight. He's struck out. Part of that striking out the side inning back in the second for Chapman, as he'll line one right back up the middle. That's the 5th hit of the game for the Athletics already here in inning number 4. So runner on first with 2 down, and that will give way to the 9-hole hitter, Grant Locken.
Grant Locken.
So Locken will get an opportunity here with a runner on first. In Yuhas, we'll see if he takes off towards second. That one's going to be chopped towards the right side. It's going to be an opposite field hit for Locken. Going towards third is Yuhas. The right fielder, Stevens, lost the ball a little bit. And a clumsy play in the outfield results in runners on the corners for the Athletics.
Another hit brings up the shortstop, number 23, Sean Bazemore.
So now 6 hits for the Athletics. Runners on the corners with the leadoff batter, Sean Bazemore. He's 1 for 2 tonight. You'd love a base hit if you're an Athletic fan here to try and add to the lead. 2 down here in the 4th. Pitch going to be on the outside half for strike one. I've never had the pleasure of watching a game where Luke Cox umpires behind the plate. I got to love his strike call. Big time yell and a point. A lot of conviction. You don't see it anymore. 0-1 pitch. That one's on the inside half for ball one. 1-1 now the count. All evened up here for Bazemore. He's got runners on the corners with 2 down. Pitch from Chapman. That one's roped into right field. It's going to get down for a hit. It's an RBI single for Bazemore. Runner heads towards third. Lock-in is safe. Runners on the corners once again. And Bazemore delivers with 2 down. 4-0 in favor of the Athletics. The A's crowd loved that one.
Single for Bazemore brings up the center fielder, number 2, Andrew Young.
The kids just clutch, and that'll give way to Andrew Young, the center fielder, who's now 2 for 2 tonight. There will be a discussion there at the front of the mound between Bruce and Chapman. Pitcher-catcher try to get together and get on the same page as they've got runners on the corners. 2 down, though. Well, we saw what just happened with Bazemore as the Athletics collect their 7th hit of the game. Very different hitting approach from Monday's game. Athletics are trying to light up the scoreboard here early. They've been big-time scorers offensively this season. So it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup for Andrew Young and Lane Chapman. Young is 2 for 2 already tonight. We'll see what he can do here. You'll see the pitch from Chapman. That one's low and outside. It gets away from the catcher, Bruce. And it's going to be a run scored for the Athletics as another wild pitch gets away from a Mustangs pitcher and results in a run for the A's. So 1-0 now the count against Andrew Young at the plate with 2 down and a runner on second in Bazemore. A's extending their lead. They have already scored 2 here in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. That one swung on. It'll be tipped straight back. 1-1 now the count. So 1-1 we believe. I have a disagreement with the scoreboard operator. I did not think that he swung at that first pitch. He did. Brady Lobsher, everybody. 0-2 the count against Young. My bad. Runner on second. That one swung on. It'll be slapped towards the second baseman, Winkler. He will make the routine throw to first, and that will end the 4th inning. Athletics come away with another couple runs. They lead at 5-0 against the Mustangs. More whenever we come back. Back here in Clarinda as we get ready to start the 5th inning. Once again, my name is Seth Morey. I thank you all for joining us tonight, supporting the Clarinda Athletics and the St. Joe Mustangs tonight, as it's a Mink League matchup between two powerhouses in the league. So leading off, it will be the third baseman, Tyler Gundelfinger, as he will try to get a hot start here in the 5th. The Mustangs have been unable to do so far, and he will watch strike one in there from Nick Paulson. Paulson gave up a couple of hits back in the first, but hasn't allowed a lot since. Actually, nothing would be the proper term, as that one's low and outside. Ball one. One and one now the count. That's a pitch from Paulson. That one will be grounded right back up the middle. Asking you shall receive. There's a base hit from the Mustangs. That's what you call a good old-fashioned announcer's jinx. It happens almost every time. And St. Joe has the leadoff batter on.
For St. Joe, Charles Stevens.
So now Stevens is here. He's the right fielder tonight. Lefty-righty will be the matchup. That one's in there for strike one against Stevens. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. He's got a runner on first and Gundelfinger. That pitch is going to be just high for ball one. Count evened up now. Stevens, he's not a small man. He looks like he's got a lot of power. I just haven't seen it quite yet. 1-1 pitch from Paulson. That one's on the inside half, fouled off for strike two. 1-2 now the count. Against Stevens, he's got Gundelfinger on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Paulson. That one's on the inside half, roped foul down the right field line. So 1-2 our count will remain. Mustangs coming into this one 10-8 on the year. Athletics coming into this one 14-2 as we have it here in Clarinda. It's free admission night here at Eberly Field. Sage Spring night. Free admission for anybody that happens to enjoy watching baseball. Come onto the field and don't pay a dime. Two pitch from Paulson. That one's low and in the dirt for ball three. Three-two count now filled up. Runner at first is Gundelfinger for the Mustangs. Still nobody down here in the 5th. There is a glimmer. Full count pitch. That one's on the inside half. It's going to be a line drive to Parker McNeil. He'll step on first. It's a double play. Shut the door on him, boys. Score it. A 3 double play. So now quickly 2 down for the Mustangs. That's incredible. First pitch is in there for strike one. Righty at the plate. And he's going to be plunked straight in the back and put him on first with 2 down. That is a pinch hitter there. Number 33. I don't have his number readily available. It was not given to us on the lineup card.
Now batting for St. Joe, Eden Myers.
So now we do know it will be the 9-hole hitter, Eden Myers, to stand in, as he will foul one off towards the right side. Isaiah Kettler is out of the game at DH. As that pitch by Myers will be fouled straight back once again, 0-2 the count. There's not a 32 on the roster for the St. Joseph Mustangs. We're not sure who 33 is. We'll call him Mystery Man at first. 0-2 is the count at Eden. At the plate, it's Eden Myers. That one high and inside. Almost got a piece of him. He gets out of the way for ball one. That pitch swung on and slapped towards the right side. It's going to get down, just foul. Boy, that could have turned the tide for the Mustangs. It would have definitely played it a run, but it's just fouled down the right field line. So now Myers will make the long walk back towards the plate with a runner on first, 1-2 the count. So 1-2 against Myers. He will await the pitch from Paulson. That one's inside, 2-2. So 2-2, count all even here against Myers. Runner on first for the Mustangs. 2 down here in the 5th. That pitch is way outside. 3-2 count now full. Myers was behind in this one. 1-2. He's now worked it back full. Behind Myers is Frank Gawley. He's in the on-deck position, the leadoff batter. Hoping to get a chance here. Paulson, we'll see if he can shut him down. 3-2 pitch to Myers. That one swung on and missed. A huge strikeout from Nick Paulson on the mound. He shuts down the Mustangs once again. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Our score, 5-0 in favor of the Athletics. Back in just a moment. Back in Clarinda, it will be the Clarinda native, Cole Baumgart, to lead off the inning for the Athletics. They've scored 2 in the past couple of innings to bring us where we sit, 5-0, our score in favor of Clarinda. That one's going to get away for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Here to start the inning for the A's. Again, we thank our umpires extra more. I don't know if that's really something that I should be saying, as that one fouled off. I've almost graduated college. That's probably not the verbiage that my English professor would like for me to use. We thank them extra well today, as our original umpires did not show up this evening. And now we have our amazing PA announcer behind the plate, Luke Cox. He is doing a fantastic job tonight. He usually umpires games for high school. He's no stranger to it. He's done very well tonight. If I'm going to be completely honest, I do not know the names of the other 2 umpires, and I've been introduced to them as they've been kind of thrown in the fire. As I understand, they are also high school umpires here in Clarinda. So we thank them very, very much on such short notice, as now it's a 3-1 count against Baumgart. That one is going to miss, and it's a leadoff walk for the Athletics.
Leadoff walk brings up the first baseman, number
So
13,
base runner on first for the A's. That'll bring in McNeil. He's playing first tonight. Behind him, it'll be Petrie. He's the designated hitter. Pitch is going to be lined right back up towards the middle. It'll be a base hit. Baumgart will slow down and stop at second. First pitch hit. That moves the needle to 8 hits tonight for the Athletics.
DH number 31, John Petrie.
So now bring in Petrie. He's designated hitting tonight. He will face Chapman now for the 3rd time this evening. Petrie's 0 for 2 so far, but a base hit here could add to the Athletic lead. So Petrie, huge opportunity here. Runners at first and second. Baumgart at 2. Runner at first is McNeil. That first pitch is low for ball 1 to Petrie. Petrie ready to swing it here with a couple runners on, as the pitcher Chapman will step off, check on the runner at second, and Baumgart didn't have anybody holding him there, though, so just making sure that Baumgart stays honest at second. 1-0 pitch. That one, the off-speed, gets way away from the pitcher Chapman. Both runners will advance. That one just flung out of his hand about as weird as I've ever seen it. Must have just slipped right out. And now him and Boston Bruce will have a chat. Bruce will just toss the ball to the side. I don't know what's going on with these baseballs, if they're just not liking them. That one must have just had some smushed laces on it. Chapman didn't notice it before he pitched it. That one went away. So another pitch hits the backstop and advances the runners into scoring position. 2-0 the count against Petrie. Here's the pitch. That one swung on line towards the third baseman, Gundelfinger. He'll fire towards first for the inning's first out. So it was a hard line shot, but right at the third baseman, Gundelfinger.
The third baseman, number 15, Andy Gill.
For the first out of the home half of the 5th. So 1 down, that'll bring in Andy Gill, lefty-lefty matchup here for Gill. So he'll try to get the runners at second and third home. If you're the Athletics, you've got to capitalize on something like this. That pitch will get away from the catcher, Boston Bruce, and another run will score on a wild pitch. I guess I shouldn't fault Bruce there, as that one skipped in the dirt in front of him. He wasn't able to block it. Almost like he popped up ready for it to pop up from the dirt higher, and it just kind of died right as it hit the dirt and went right below him. So the Athletics lead it 6-0 now. A's now with a big league. 1-0 pitch to Gill. That one's just low. 2-0 the count now. The missed pitches of the backstop has been plaguing the St. Joseph Mustangs so far in their games against the Athletics. That one's going to be on the inside half for strike one. I can't speak for the rest of the games. I've only seen a few Mustang games other than the ones here in Clarinda. But it hasn't really been a noticeable problem so far this season, at least from the few that I've seen. Big swing and a miss on the high heater. 2-2 now the count against Gill. Gill's 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out once, in danger of doing it again. He's got the count even at 2 apiece, though. Runner at third is Parker McNeil. Here's the pitch from Chapman. That one, another swing and a miss at a high heater. Sets down Gill by way of the K. 2 down now here in the bottom of 5.
Number 8, Braden Olson.
So now that will bring in Braden Olson, as he's got an opportunity here with a runner at third and 2 down. We'll see if the Athletics can get another clutch 2-out hit. They had one last inning from Basmore. Let's see what Olson can do, as that one's high and outside for ball 1. Olson's 0 for 2 tonight. He's struck out a pair of times. He will await the pitch. That one swung on and popped up straight towards right field. Under it is Stevens. He will make the grab for the final out of the 5th. We go to the 6th. The Athletics tack on another run. Back here in Clarinda soon with more. Dr. Feelgood is playing. That means Mad Max Leno is taking the mound in relief of the starter, Nick Paulson. You can close the book on Paulson. He went 5 innings for the A's tonight, did not allow a run, and only let up 3 hits for the Mustangs. So now Leno will take over on the mound as he gets ready to face the top of the lineup for the Mustangs, as that one misses inside for ball 1. it was called a strike. I thought it was called a ball. That tells you what my eyesight says. And we will have a quick meeting here on the mound between Olson and Leno. So Gall will get ready and step back in. Not sure if he caught a piece of that or ball kind of went bouncing and flying everywhere. Regardless, 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch from Leno. That one's inside. Almost got a piece of Gall. That thing had some heat on it. 1-1 now the count. Wind blowing in just a little bit more than it was here in Clarinda, as that pitch will be in there for strike 2 to Gall. Gall's now down 1-2 again. We'll see if he can dig himself out of a hole. Pitch from Leno. That one's inside. A swing and a miss from Gall, and he strikes out again.
Now batting for St. Joe, Seth Winkler.
I don't really want to call strikeouts for Gall. He's a Northwest guy, so I've got a special little place for my heart in him. But he strikes out once again. He's been in just a little bit of a lull here to start his season. So now it'll be Seth Winkler to stand in against Leno. A big swing and a miss to start for him. Winkler's 0 for 2 so far this evening. Now with one down here in the 6th as the Mustangs try to come alive. Pitch from Leno. That one's just high for ball 1. You might see on your screen Leno, a little bit of it's almost a high sidearm throw that he, kind of throwing motion that he has as he will step off the rubber and call a little bit of time. Now he'll come set once again. 1-1 is the count against Winkler, the second baseman tonight. He's batting in the 2-hole. That pitch is going to be just high from Leno. 2-1 now the count. Athletics, already 14 wins racked up on the season. They are sitting atop the Mink League. 2-1 pitch from Leno. That one's just high once again. 3-1. Same pitch there. A few times in a row, just not falling for him. And that one will plunk the batter, Winkler, and it'll be a runner on first for the Mustangs. Winkler just kind of knew that one was going to hit him, and he accepted it and wore it right there. Looked like his left side. That'll bring in Braden Lukart. Lukart, the lefty, will face the righty on the mound in Leno. Leno's got a runner on first and one down, but an option for the inning double play as that one's going to be grounded towards the left side. That one gets through the infield, though. It'll be a hit for the Mustangs. And now runners on first and second. One pitch, one hit for the batter, Lukart. He collects the 4th hit of the game for the Mustangs. Now Boston Bruce with an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position now for the Mustangs. That hasn't happened a lot this game. In fact, this might be the first time since the first inning. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. This is indeed the first time since the first inning that the Mustangs have had a runner in scoring position. 1-0 is the count against Boston Bruce. Here's the pitch from Leno. That one, a big swing and a miss by Bruce. 1-1. Count now evened up. Leno got the outcome that he wanted from Lukart's at bat, just couldn't quite get it to the right spot of the infield. It was a weak ground ball, but it just got right in between third and short. Here's the pitch from Leno. That one chopped towards the right side. It'll go foul. 1-2 now the count. I think that we might have a defensive substitution there at third. And we do. It's Evan Bradshaw at third for the Athletics. Just barely caught it. We'll mark him in. We'll get ready for the 1-2 pitch. Here it is from Leno. That one's just high for ball 2. It's that same pitch he was throwing to now the runner on second Winkler it is on second, as there will be time call at the plate, and Olson will go out and meet on the mound with his pitcher, Leno. He then ended up plunking Winkler there in the side and then giving up a single to Braden Lukart. And now in a 2-2 count against Boston Bruce, the catcher. Leno comes set in the 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one's in there. Strike three looking. Boston Bruce going to try to argue with Luke Cox. He doesn't like it, but he's going to have to deal with it. And he will go away. He's still chirping.
Now batting for St. Joe.
Boy.
Micah Kobashevsky.
Now Kobashevsky will stand in. Lefty-righty matchup. Little composure here for the Mustangs. So now a fresh count here for Kobashevsky. He's got a runner in scoring position. That one in there for strike one. Nice pitch there from Leno. 0-1 is the count. So 0-1 the count. We'll get ready for the pitch from Leno. That one is going to be just low for ball one. 1-1 count now evened up. Runners at first and second. At first it's Lukart. At second it's Winkler. At the plate it's Kobashevsky trying to score the first run of the game for the Mustangs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one swung on, chopped towards short, and it's going to be just out of the reach of Bazemore. And getting to it in left field, is he going to pick it up with his glove? Eventually he does, as Grant Locken, as he finally locks in and makes the throw into the infield. And the runners will all advance. It's bases juice with two down. This is a huge opportunity for Tyler Gundelfinger. This could be exactly what the Mustangs need, as Gundelfinger will take a couple of practice swings, twist his hips, and get into the box. Fresh count. First pitch from Leno. Big swing and a miss there by Gundelfinger. Leno is in a little bit of a predicament now, as he's got the bases loaded. At third, it's Winkler. At second, it's Lukart. And over at first, the man with the most recent base hit to move it to 5 now is Boston Bruce. Or excuse me, not Bruce, as that one's just going to be high for ball one. 1-1 now the count. It's Kobashevsky. Bruce was the batter before him. Count evened up now. Leno trying to get the signal down from Olson. As that pitch, a big swing and a miss on the inside half. Leno's got a real chance to get out of it. 1-2 the count. The bases were loaded. For the Mustangs. Huge opportunity for the Mustangs. Athletics trying to shut him down. 1-2 pitch from Leno. That one's on the outside half. Too far outside. 2-2 count now even. Count all evened up. All twos on the scoreboard. Leno will have Olson cycle through the pitches again. 2-2 pitch, swung on. It'll be slapped towards Baumgart. He will throw towards first, and that will end the inning. The Athletics get out of a little bit of a pickle with the bases loaded to advance the game to the bottom of the 6th with their 6-0 lead still intact. We'll be back with more here from Clarinda. Back in Clarinda for the home half of the sixth as we get set. It's a new pitcher on the mound. For the Mustangs, it's Jackson Turner. He will get his opportunity in relief of the starter, Lane Chapman. So Turner with a chance here as we will instantly have time called, and Bruce will walk out towards the mound and chat with Turner. A lot of meetings next to the mound. I mean, obviously down 6-0. Something's not going right pitching-wise. Leading off this inning for the Athletics is the 8-hole hitter and right fielder Oscar Uhas, as he tries to start the A's off on the right foot here in the sixth. He's 1 for 2 so far today. He struck out and also singled. That pitch is going to be in there for strike one. Nice way to start it there for Turner. Turner, the righty, now on the mound. In his first inning of work, that one's high and outside for ball one. 1-1, now the count to Uhas. Uhas, I'm sure, just trying to measure up the new pitcher. A little different arm angle, obviously, whenever you go from lefty to righty. 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for strike two. Uhas just waiting for his pitch, I'm sure. He's ready to rock and roll. He'll step back in a 1-2 count. That pitch, a big swing and a miss from Oscar Uhas, and he goes down swinging. It's a strikeout to start the game for the reliever, Jackson Turner. So now it'll be Lock-in, the left fielder, the 9-hole hitter. He's got an opportunity here. This is his first time facing Turner, the new reliever. That pitch is going to be swung on and looped towards left field. That one's going to get down behind the shortstop, Eden Myers. It's a base hit for Grant Lock-in. That's exactly how you want to start it off if you're the Athletics. Because now that'll give way to leadoff batter, Bazemore. Lineup turns over here in Clarinda. And Bazemore has been absolutely clutch in this one. He's 2 for 3. He had that RBI single with 2 down back in the third. Excuse me, in the fourth. As that one is outside for ball one. 1-0 the count to Bazemore here. New reliever is Jackson Turner. That pitch is in there. Strike one. 1-1 the count to Bazemore. Runner at first is Lock-in. One pitch. That one's low and outside. Nice job by Bruce, and I'll let that one get away, and then a little bit of an errant throw back towards the mound, but just trying to keep his pitcher on his toes, I'm sure. Now 2-1 count. Two-one pitch from Turner. That one's high and inside. 3-1 now the count. Hitters count for Bazemore. That one's low. Ball 4. Bazemore walks. Runners on first and second now for Andrew Young. Young's 2 for 3 so far tonight. He's also been having a nice evening. And he'll try to drive in the Athletics' seventh run. That stands on second. His first pitch is a heater, and he missed it. Way late on that one. 4 strike 1. Nice pitch there from Turner. So he's allowed a couple on, trying to get out of it. 0-1 pitch to Young. That one, a little half swing. He didn't go, though. And that one's high and outside. Boy, Boston Bruce with a lot of, head shaking, and he's not a happy camper. 1-1 count, all evened up. Here's the pitch. That one gets outside. It gets away from Bruce, and both runners will advance. So now 2-1 is the count against Young as the runners advanced on another errant throw. Looked like Bruce maybe could have grabbed that one just off the end of his glove, though. Pitch to Young. Big swing and a miss from Andrew Young. He's trying to drop one there into the huge gap in right center field. Unsuccessful. And the count now 2-2, all evened up. Couple runners in scoring position. Pitch to Young. Big swing and a miss. That's a huge strikeout there for Jackson Turner. He needed that one. Now 2 down with runners on second and third. Can't emphasize how big of an at-bat this is for Cole Baumgart. He's got 2 down with runners on second and third. Obviously, Athletics up 6-0 here, but you want to get every run that you can, as that one's high and tight for ball 1. One-0 is the count to Baumgart. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be just low and outside. It's a nice off-speed pitch. Wasn't a bad throw there. Trying to get Baumgart to chase. He doesn't. 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch. That one's high and inside. 3-0 now the count, in danger of loading the bases. Nightmare situation here quickly for Jackson Turner. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's going to be low, ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Cole Baumgart. That will bring in Parker McNeil.
First baseman number 13, Parker McNeil.
So McNeil will get an opportunity. Bases juiced and 2 down. He's 2 for 2 already with an RBI. First pitch he sees from Turner is in there for strike 1. Lefty at the plate, righty on the mound. Mustangs trying to keep this a 6-run game, if they can. 0-1 pitch, that one's high and outside. Almost got away from Bruce and let another run score, but Bruce was able to make a nice play there and get up and snag that one. One pitch. That one swung on and fouled straight back towards our left side. Sounded like it hit a car. Not really sure what it hit. As now it's 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Bruce got up there with it. Now 2-2. Count evened up. Two-two pitch, bases juice. That one's in there. Strike 3 looking. It's a huge strikeout for the Mustangs. And Jackson Turner, he gets out of the bases loaded jam. And we will go to the 7th inning. Our score in favor of the Athletics, 6-0. Leno still on the mound for Clarinda, as that one's going to be ball one high. Charles Stevens. Stevens, the right fielder tonight. He's the leadoff batter here in the 7th, as that one's going to be low and inside. It gets a piece of Stevens, and he will take first. So now we have a new batter in the game for Isaiah Kettler, as Charles Stevens is still trying to walk that one off there down the first baseline. It's number 33. I look at the roster sheet. We do not have a 33 on the roster sheet. I'd hate to say that it's somebody that it isn't. So I will just say number 33. So he'll get a chance at a plate here against Max Leno with a runner on first. Pitch from Leno, that one high and inside for ball one. Leno, this is his second inning in relief for Nick Paulson. Paulson went 5 innings, did not allow a run, as that one's going to be tipped off the end of the bat for strike one. It caught a piece of Braden Olson behind the plate. He will try to jog it off. 1-1 is the count, as Olson will return back behind the plate. Our home plate umpire will return the ball to Leno on the mound, trying to give Olson as much time as he can. Once again, Olson is the only catcher on the Athletics roster since Gavin Harrington's injury. Hopefully he can still play. If not, we might have to have an emergency catcher situation, which would not be ideal. It might be Brady Lobsher. 1-1 the count, with Charles Stevens leading off of first base. Leno comes set, kicks and fires. That one's in there on the outside half for strike two. One and two now the count. Leno trying to get his first out of the 7th. That one's way inside. Ball two. That one just about got the number 33 batter here. Once again, don't have a 33 on the roster sheet, as that one's outside. For ball three, I've also tried looking at the Mustangs website. No 33 listed there. 3-2 is the count. That pitch is going to be swung on and chopped foul towards the left side. So count all filled up, nobody down. Stevens at first. Pitch from Leno, that one's high and inside for ball four. Runners now on first and second.
Now batting for St. Joe, Eden Myers.
So now it'll be Eden Myers. He's the 9-hole hitter, shortstop tonight. Nobody down. Runners on first and second. This is the best opportunity St. Joe has had tonight. Leno on the mound. He'll fire the first pitch, as that one's going to chop towards first. Parker McNeil will take it himself towards the first base bag. Not going to try for two there. Don't blame him. Just try and get every out that you can, especially in a 6-0 game, and that will give way to leadoff batter Frank Gall.
Frank Gall.
Gall, as I mentioned earlier, in a little bit of a slump here. Trying to work himself out of it. Right now would be a great time for the Mustangs. Runners at second and third. That one swung on and slapped foul towards the right side for strike one. He's 0 for 3 so far tonight with a couple of strikeouts. He's biting his jersey. I don't think I've ever seen that. 0-1's the count against Gall. Pitch from Leno. That one's high and outside. 1-1 now the count. Now he's doing it again. As I've said, I don't want to brag too much because Frank's a great guy, but I've watched a lot of his games, and I don't think I've ever seen him bite his jersey. Whatever works, though. 1-1 the count. Pitch from Leno. That one's high and outside. Ball 2. I'll tell you what, though, if he gets a hit out of this, I think that means that it works. I don't know who he heard that from, but bite your jersey. He's not going to put it in there again, though. 2-1 the count against Gall. Here's the pitch from Leno. That one's inside. He pops it straight up behind home plate. Olsen running back, trying to track it, and he makes the grab. An excellent job by Braden Olsen on the pop out by Frank Gall. 1 down now. Here in the 7th. Oh, no, there is 2 down. Okay, scoreboard had me messed up. A lot of the time, the scoreboard operator is more correct than I am. This time, I won a little bit of a battle, as now it will be Seth Winkler. He's got an opportunity with a couple of runners in scoring position. First pitch from Leno. That one swung on and fouled off towards the right side for strike 1. On the count. Here's the pitch from Leno. That one chopped towards Bazemore. He grabs it on a short hop, fires on the run. The final out of the 7th comes on a gem from Sean Bazemore at the shortstop position. We go to the home half of the inning. We'll stretch here in Clarinda. Back in just a moment with more A's baseball. Back here in Clarinda, new pitcher on the mound for the Mustangs is Luke Howard, as he's here to help in relief of Lane Chapman, the starter. After Chapman, it was Jackson Turner. Now it gives way to Luke Howard. Howard will face Petrie to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Here in Clarinda, it's a 6-0 lead for the Athletics. First pitch from Luke Howard is going to be low and outside. That is a funky release. Almost looks like it comes out of his elbow. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Howard. Wow. Swing and a miss by Petrie. I don't even know how to describe his arm angle and how he's throwing it. It's just, I don't know, funky. So 1-1 is the count to Petrie. Here's the pitch. That one's just high. 2-1 now the count. Petrie's 0 for 3 tonight. He had a hard hit ground ball towards third that could not get past Gundelfinger. As that pitch is a big swing and a miss there from Petrie. He tries to get something started here for the Athletics in the 7th inning. Athletics have only not scored in 2 innings. That was back in the 6th and in the 2nd. Every other inning they've scored. That one way outside. Just a bit outside. And that will move the count to 3-2. That might be the... I don't think I've seen that many pitches hit the backstop since the Mustangs have been here. They've had that issue all week. That pitch is going to be low and inside. It gets away from Boston Bruce, and it's a walk for John Petrie. So he will jog down towards first, get ready to run the bags, as now Evan Bradshaw will stand in from the right side of the plate.
The third baseman, number 24, Evan Bradshaw.
Bradshaw, this is his first at-bat of the game. He's in for Andy Gill at third. We see that a lot. Bradshaw, he can play short, he can play third. I've seen him in the outfield as well. He'll come in here for his first at-bat of the game, and that one's going to be in there for strike one on the outside half of the plate. Bradshaw's got a runner in first, and Petrie, he just walked. He's in an 0-1 count, but his team has a 6-0 lead. That one's just outside for ball one. 1-1 our count here in Clarinda. We're thankful that the rain is holding off, at least till this point. So we're ready for a 1-1 pitch from Luke Howard. That one's just outside, 2-1. Howard started his night off walking Petrie. He's now at first, nobody down. That pitch is going to be high, 3-1 now the count. So 3-1 here against Evan Bradshaw, his first at-bat of the game. Luke Howard in danger of walking his second batter already. That pitch is going to be swung on and missed, though, by Bradshaw. 3-2 count, now full. A couple of full counts here to start the night for Howard on the mound. He lost Petrie, who's now at first, and we'll see what he does here against Bradshaw. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's low. Bradshaw will take his free pass towards first. It's runners on first and second with nobody out.
Walk by Bradshaw will bring up the catcher, number 8, Braden Olson.
So now Olson will get his opportunity to face Luke Howard. Here's the first pitch he sees. That one's going to be low for ball one. One out of the count. Runners on first and second. Athletics have been seizing every opportunity that they've had in this one. As that one, a little check swing, couldn't hold up though. 1-1 now the count on a little half swing from Braden Olson. Sees the opportunity and put the ball in play. That's exactly what the A's have done correctly so far this evening, not even to mention the excellent pitching, as that one's going to be outside for ball two. A's have pitched very, very well. It's been an effort by Nick Paulson and Max Leno so far this evening. We would guess we'll see a different pitcher in the 8th. 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be in there on the outside half. Nice call. 2-2 now the count evened up against Braden Olson. We thank you for joining this broadcast once again, powered by KMA Sports. All their equipment, just my voice for this summer of A's baseball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's outside. 3-2, back-to-back-to-back full counts to start the game for Luke Howard. He lost the first two. Can he regain himself here on the third. 3-2 pitch. Third time's the charm. It's a strikeout of Braden Olson for the first out of the seventh inning.
Number 5, Oscar Uhas.
So now bring in Uhas. Oscar, he's had a nice night. He's been hitting the ball well as of recent. Seems that he's heating up. He's 1-3 tonight. He struck out a couple of times, but he had a base hit in his last appearance. That one's inside. Man, that caught the bottom of his foot. And it looks like he's all right. He popped straight back up. That's good to see. Uhas, a key component of this Athletics team. He jogs it off down towards first. I believe it hit the bottom of his shoe as he's pointing. And that will bring in Grant Locken with the bases juiced and just one down. The first two batters walked. Then a strikeout of Bradshaw followed up by a hit by pitch. Put Uhas on first. Here's the first pitch to Locken. That one's high and outside for ball one. Locken's 2 for 2 tonight. Let's see if he can continue that streak. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Howard. That one's outside, 2-0. You don't want to fall behind in a count like this with the bases juiced. You don't have anywhere to put him. And you've got the leadoff hitter and Sean Bazemore who's heating up on deck. Pitch from Howard. That one's outside, 3-0. If there was ever a pitch that needs to be there, it's this one. Here it comes. 3-0 from Howard. That one's in there. There's the automatic. Strike one. Pitch from Howard. That one's high, and the Mustangs will walk in the 7th run of the game. And now there will be a conversation on the mound with Luke Howard as he's now walked 3 and hit 1. And that has scored their 7th run of the game for the A's. Mustangs just got back from Joplin where they split a doubleheader with the Jailbirds. Jailbirds started out really hot. They've cooled down a little bit, but still a great ball team down there in Joplin. Glad to have them in the Mink League. And the Mustangs still just trying to figure things out so far this season. They're 10-8, not a bad record, but not what they're used to. They're going through a little bit of struggles here, some growing pains as we get through the season. The A's are on the complete other side of that spectrum, though. 14-2 so far this year. So bases are juiced, and it's Sean Bazemore at the plate with only one down. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch from Howard. That one's well outside for ball one. Bazemore, he's been red hot this evening. He's been heating up. He's 2 for 3 so far. He's got an RBI already tonight. This is going to add to the total. It'll drop in front of the right fielder, Charles Stevens. The runners didn't advance instantly. They weren't sure if that was going to get down. It did, though. It's an RBI single and the 10th hit of the game for the Athletics. Sean Bazemore, it's a 3 for 4 night. If you want to know who the player of the night is, or I guess player of the game, I'd say Bazemore. 3 for 4, now 2 ribbies. Athletics up 8-zip. This one a far cry from Monday's game. Athletics won it 3-2. As that one's going to be ripped to the opposite side. Andrew Young, that's a base hit. 1 run scores, just play next man up. It's 9-0 and 11 hits now for the Athletics. Station to station, just 1 down, 3 already across in this inning for the Athletics. As we're now getting into the territory of domination. As Baumgart stands at the plate. That pitch is going to be high for ball one. Last night the Athletics gave up a big lead late to the Merchants. And you know tonight, if any night, they're going to keep the foot on the gas. as that pitch is going to be low and outside. A big swing and a miss there by Baumgart. That's only the second swing and a miss, I believe, that the pitcher Luke Howard has had in this inning. First one struck out Evan Bradshaw for the first out of the inning, and still the only out, and that one right there. 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and cracked towards center field. Under it is Lukehart. He will make the grab. Tagging up from third is the base runner, that I believe, yes, that's Grant Lock-in. And he comes home, and that will end the ball game.
0, A's 10. Thank you for coming out tonight.
An absolute dominant outing as we go final here. 10 after 7 ends this one early, and the A's claim their 15th victory of the season over the Mustangs. An unbelievable outing here from the A's. They only had to use 2 pitchers tonight, Nick Paulson and Max Leno. That's all it took for the Athletics to get another win and get right back on track. They suffered the loss last night to the Merchants. And now they come right on back, and they respond very, very well. Coach Ryan Eberle down on the field talking to his team. I'm sure he's really, really proud of the effort that they've given last night. It was a very tough loss, but now right back out here and right back at it as the Mustangs will go home 10-9 on the season. So if you're worried about the Mustangs getting back too late tonight, at the very least, the game ends early for them to where they do not have to worry about getting home too terribly late. But they do go home as losers in a 10-0 affair to the Athletics. So the A's take the first 2 matchups of the season against the Mustangs. But we're not done yet seeing A's versus Mustangs. Tomorrow night they will be in St. Joe for the 3rd matchup this week. We will be in St. Joe. I will be there. You can watch the stream here on the Clarinda A's YouTube channel. Just as always, we'll have the video equipment and everything that we normally do just in St. Joe, the away game. Don't really do a ton of away games, but the ones that are close I try to get to if time permits me. Well, that's all the time that we have for today, folks. The Athletics claim their 15th win of the season. It's 15-2. They sit atop of the Mink League this season as they get the 10-0 win over the Mustangs. More coverage tomorrow night at 7 in St. Joe. We'll see you then. Thank you.